welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Gypsy Soul. For those who clicked on this video, as you can see the title, this video will be about how to get what you want out of life. Okay, it's so important because I remember when I was the Uber driver and I was confused, I was lost, I was directionless. Like, I was driving so many hours and I was catering to all of the people in my car just to keep that rating up, and honestly I lost myself. I lost myself. A lot of times when we talk about losing ourselves, we talk about maybe relationships, but sometimes you can lose yourself in the workplace. That's how dedicated I was to being an Uber driver. I'm talking extensive hours. I used to drive from 10 hours to 12 hours to 14 hours, to the point my back would hurt, my neck would hurt, and I didn't learn anything throughout all of those days. I didn't learn anything much, but the same thing, and I was going to work and I was doing the same thing. So I want to talk to someone. Maybe it don't have to take you 2 years to figure that out. I was 21, and I was just lost. It got to the point that I was so aggravated that I almost got in an altercation with a few of my clients. I would never forget that. And I was just unhappy and I was unfulfilled. And I remember my dad, he was even trying to help me. He was like, babe, I know it's something better out there for you. And I was getting upset with him. I was living with my dad, and I was just living an unfulfilled life that I knew was not for me. And he couldn't help me, because the thing about life, it's about figuring things out. That's the thing. It's like no one can help you, not even your parents, unless they choose for you. But if you choose the life that was designed for you, it's all about unraveling. It's all about figuring it out on your own. So it definitely could be pretty hard. And in those 2 years, maybe someone out there, I could give you some knowledge that it doesn't have to take you 2 years. Don't get stuck in a job like I did. For example, Uber, they like to put it in a way as if you're your own business owner or an entrepreneur, and you create your own schedule. If you've ever been an Uber driver, then you know that you are not your own business owner when it comes around tax season, because what you owe versus what you put in your car versus the damages, that the wear and tear, then you know that you didn't make much profit. And it just doesn't add up, from the migraines, all of that. But that's enough about me being an Uber driver. I'll get more into my stories in another video, but I want to talk to someone out there who really wants to create and get out of life what they truly want. So if you're watching this, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to get a pen and a paper, because we are about to go in, okay? Like, we are about to go in, okay? So get out a pen and a paper. I'll give you about 30 seconds because I need you to take notes, okay? I need you to take notes. So if you have a pen and a paper, I want you to ask yourself this question. And then after you ask yourself this question, I want you to write down, okay? Write down, okay? Where exactly do I see myself in the next 5 years from now? Let that sink. Let that sink. Where do I see myself in the next 5 years from now? Like, literally, let that sink. Meditate on that. Then I want you to ask yourself, what are the things that I care about? What are the things that I love? What are the things that fulfill me? Spending 10 to 12 hours in a car, sitting there catering to other people, I don't remember not one time asking myself this. What fulfills me? What do I love? Like, right now in this moment, what do I love? I never asked myself that, because I was always in a rat race, always picking up, always working for someone else. So ask yourself that. Ask yourself, What is that one thing that I do better than everyone else in the room with the smallest amount of effort? Mine was dance. I was always an amazing dancer. But that right there, that's the purpose. Once you can answer that question, that one thing you can do better than everyone else with the smallest amount of effort, it can be cooking, it can be running, it can be dancing, it can be jumping, it can singing, whatever it is. Ask yourself that. Let that sink. It could be animals. It could be people. When you're out with other people, is it always a cat that follows you and not others? Are there people that always gravitate towards you more than the other people that you're with? That can be. Listen to that. Listen to that. And ask yourself, what are my greatest accomplishments in life, like right now? It doesn't have to be what you want in the future, but right now, what are your greatest accomplishments? Are you an amazing mother? Are you an amazing father? Have you accomplished your first song on your EP if you're a music artist? Or your first painting? Or your first drawing? I want you to write down your accomplishments that you've accomplished so far. It's 2019, guys. Before we know it, it'll be 2020. Okay? So I want you to write down the accomplishments that you've made in this year. It could be something super small. It doesn't have to be huge, or it could be huge. Whatever comes to mind. And then I want you to ask yourself, after you wrote down that accomplishment, I want you to ask yourself, how does it feel to be an awesome mother, to be an awesome father, to be an artist, a dancer, an architect of life, a thinker? It could be anything small. Me, I was an Uber driver. That's an accomplishment. That everyone can't follow a GPS. I was awesome. Like, guys, I'm trying to tell you, I put so many hours into being an Uber driver. I became like so good at the GPS system. When people get in my car, they say, wow, you are awesome. I'm like, I know, but sometimes we can get so good at the thing that we don't really want to get that good at. But yeah, I was awesome at the GPS. I was awesome at driving. I was really good. I knew how to back. I knew how to do all of that. So that was an accomplishment, because everybody can't drive. So yeah, name an accomplishment, and how does that make you feel? At that time, that would make me feel awesome, because that's my job and that's how I get paid. So it could be at your job, it could be at your workplace. And the next question is, if you had no limits, listen to this, guys. If you had no limits, what city would you live in? Would you live, or country, would you live on a tropical island? With happy, nice animals roaming around, and fruit that you can eat off the trees, and the sound of the ocean right outside your room? Or would you live where it rains, like London, and it's always raining in London, or it's foggy? Some people love that. Or would you want to live where it's always sun shining, like Los Angeles, Santa Monica, San Diego, and the weather is so fresh and it makes your skin just pop? Or would you live somewhere like in the South, Atlanta, Georgia, where it's the party scene and everyone's just ready to just dance? Would you live somewhere like Florida? Where would you live if you had no limits? If you took the lid off? If you had no limits on your life, who would you date? How would they look? How would they smell? How would they talk? How would their teeth look? How would their skin look? How would their hair look? What would they have on? What would they want out of life? What kind of car would you drive? If you had no limits on life, would you drive a truck? Would it be a sports drop top? I'm trying to get you guys to really get in detail here. And you'll see Would you drive a car? Would you have a chauffeur? If there were no limits on your life, what kind of car would you drive? What house? What high-rise apartment in a condo? Where would you travel? There's private jets out there. There's helicopters. I want you to really answer these questions if you had no limits. And next, I want to go over your goals. What are your health goals? Write it down. Do you want to be smaller? Do you want to be bigger? Do you want to gain weight? What are your health goals? How does it look? How does it feel? Is your butt bigger? Is your butt smaller? Are your thighs bigger? Are your thighs smaller? How does it look? How do you feel? Did you change your hair? Is it everything you ever wanted? Visualize your health goals. Visualize your wealth goals. How much money do you think is enough? Visualize yourself having more money than you know what to do with. Visualize that. Visualize yourself having more money to give to your family with it not being any problem. Visualize yourself never saying something is too expensive anymore. Say it. Say that with me. Say that. Say it. I will never say anything is too expensive. Repeat that. I no longer have to say anything is expensive. Because I have more money than I know what to do with. Say that. I have more money than I know what to do with. So I want you to write down your health goals, your wealth goals. Write down your family goals. If you already have a family, do you want to add to it? How do you visualize you want your wife to act? How do you visualize you want your husband to act? If you already have a spouse, how do you visualize if you guys were even closer than what you are? How does she look at you? How do you look at her? How do he look at you? Visualize that. If you don't have a family yet, do you want a big family? You guys go on big excursions, big vacations, bigger Christmases, bigger birthdays. You're gonna have to cook more food though. Do you want a smaller family? You may not have the biggest birthdays, but maybe that's all you need. Or maybe no kids. Whatever fulfills you. I'm trying to get you to get to a place. Write it down. I ask that you write this down. And then I want to ask you something. Who do you admire the most in your life? It could be family. It could be a friend. It could be someone you never met. Like me, when I was a little girl, I was about 15. I admired Beyonce. I wanted to be just like Beyonce. Goodness, she was so beautiful. She was golden. Everything about her. I wanted to be just like Beyonce. So who do you admire? It could be anybody. Who do you admire? Write it down. And then next to that, I want you to write down why. Why do you admire that person? Why? Why? Is it the way they think, the way they dress, the way they speak, the way that they look? Why do you admire that person? And then everything. Don't you ever forget that. Okay, so I went over everything that you guys need to know what you want out of life. Now let's go over the things that you don't want or like. For example, write this down. At your current job, what don't you like? Do you like the uniform, or do you not like the uniform? Do you like clocking in, or do you not like clocking in? Do you like getting dressed and pretty and going to work, or would you rather stay home and look however you want? I want you to know what you don't want. What don't you want? What don't you want in a spouse? What don't you want in a car? I need you to write that down, because that's powerful. That's so powerful. What don't you want? Now, after you ask yourself what you don't want, I want you to ask yourself, how far am I willing to go to live the life that I dream? How far are you willing to go? See me, I was willing. I was hungry. I wanted out so bad. I got to a point I was getting migraines, and that day when I almost had to physically get into an altercation with that girl, I said, I want out. I don't want to do this no more. I want to go. I know that there's more out there for me, and I want to go. Who do I need to become? What do I need to do? I remember I used to drive, be on the phone, have my Bluetooth, like my earphone in, talking to my friend about nothing, but it was making my day go by faster. But I was willing to sacrifice that conversation of gossip to get to where I am today. I was willing to tell her, I'll call you back. I was willing to listen to Tony Robbins instead of the radio. I was willing to read when I didn't have a ride. And that's when I was finding my motivation. I was finding my self-worth. I was finding that I was willing to wake up earlier to meditate, to see that I know there's a better life out there for me. You see, although I was lost, I told you there's always a higher divine power watching over you. Always. Don't ever forget that. But what are you willing to do to hear those instructions? Because you can't hear it with other people's problems. Because you have problems of your own. You have over 50,000 thoughts in your mind every single day. And most of them are repetitive. And most of them are negative. And the only way to break that, y'all, the only way to get what you want out of life, you have got to replace the music with affirmations. I am amazing. Although I was in that Uber car, I kept saying that I am amazing. Although I had $20 in my account, I am rich. Although I couldn't even afford a cup of tea, I got more money than I know what to do with. I became delusional. People like, what's wrong with that girl? I'm like, because I'm getting out of here. Girls in the car got attitudes with me. I said, she's the nicest person in the world. They had to be nice to me because they thought I was nutty. So let me tell you, when a breakthrough come in, you gotta fight it. Because life can only be as good as you feel. See, if the key to getting what you want out of life is you gotta feel good. Affirmations make you feel good. It's impossible to have a bad day if you're thinking positive thoughts. It's impossible. It's impossible. Listen to me, it's impossible. The way to get what you want out of life is simple. Feel good. How do you feel good? Stop listening to that music. Put on affirmations and start visualizing yourself living where you already want to live. I didn't see myself in that car. When I figured out these secrets of life, I didn't let anybody else's problems come to me. It was like my last week I figured this out. A guy get my car. I hate life. I'm telling you, when you're an Uber driver, you become a therapist. But the guy get my car, I hate life. I'm like, I don't even hear him saying that. I see me on a beach in LA. I see me in Santa Monica. A girl get in my car. Can you cut on the air and have a bad attitude? I don't even feel that. You know what I feel? I feel me in the sky, flying first class to Dubai. I trained my mind. The way to get what you want out of life is simple. Don't believe what's in front of you. Write down every single day what you want out of life as if it's already here. You already wrote down everything that you want. It's for you. If you see it, that's because that's where you're supposed to be at. And there's nothing more to that. To get what you want out of life, you have to listen to those affirmations. You have to write it down every single day. And you have to feel it as if it's already here. And I promise you, you'll be living your